to Medieval Motors. Today we're going to be working on the Ecotec motor, getting it all cleaned up and ready for rebuilding. I'm going to try a couple of different things. Obviously this is a home garage and I don't have a hot tank to clean anything, so we have a couple of totes. We have a Purple Power, we have some Super Clean, and if I don't like the way either of those work, we've got some Dollar General Mean Green. For the parts that are too big, like the engine block, we just got some spray on degreaser. For the pistons, we're going to soak them in transmission fluid because a lot of these are very harsh on aluminum from what I understand. So we'll get an oil-based cleaner for those and see where we're at. So let's get to work. All right, well, we got all that poured in. Probably could have used another gallon of each or so. Lesson learned. So we're going to let that soak for a while and kind of see what happens. And next we're going to remove the pistons. And we are going to look at the ring grooves and everything and try to get those cleaned up. And if there's anything stuck in the scrapers, we'll clean that out. So on to the motor. The Ecotec rods are what they call cracked cap assemblies, which means that you can only put them on one way. I'll show you more on that later. But I still like to keep track of which one came out of which bore and which side faces front. It's just old school engine building tip on my part, and I still use it. So let's take this one. We just put a little mark on each side of the cap that we know is over here. And we'll just put a small one in the middle, denoting that that is piston 1. While we've got it up, we'll do number 4. And we'll do the other 2 once we get them taken care of. And the pistons come right out the bottom. Be careful you don't nick the journals or scratch up the cylinder bore with the rod. And she is stuck. There we go. All right, let's see what we got here. Skirts are scuffed, but not bad. Wrist pin is free. I don't see any breaks or cracks in the ring lands, but we will take a look at it when it is cleaner. And then what we see about the cracked caps, that's not a smooth machined finish like it would have been in the old days. What they'll do is they'll actually take the machine it and put it all together, and then they will mount it, and then they will break this end off, verifying that only the 2 halves that go together will mesh together. Gravity works. Okay, so on this one, the bottom ring is not loose anymore, which leads me to believe that there is all sorts of gunk in there binding up that ring, which is just going to increase blow-by and other nastiness. And I found out that we can't reuse these bolts anyways, so I got more.
Why?
They're torque to yield.
Oh.
All right, we'll spin the motor over and we'll get access to the other two.
Oh, it's cranking. Oh, it's cranking.
I don't think it's going to start.
I don't think so. Also, I'd be scared if it would start.
Me too, because there's not enough parts.
That's what I'm saying. You could.
In theory.
Maybe.
If you were filming an episode of Supernatural.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, make that clear.
We're sponsored by our own damn selves. Gravity works. Oh, that oil ring is caked up.
What do you mean?
I forgot to mark that that was piston 2. All right, that one's pretty much as dirty as the other ones. Now, I don't know if any of this is going to help, but we'll give it a shot, see what happens. What's the worst that happens? Nothing. So I got one can of brake clean going on in the oil pan right now, and it's pulling out some nasty stuff. We're going to let it soak for a little while before we hit it with another can, and let that one sit, and eventually it'll be clean. So let's go find the next part. Now we just need to lift the crank out of the block. Maybe. There we go. So when you're storing a crankshaft, always try to store it vertically. They have a tendency to distort if you lay them on their sides. I'm not entirely sure about this one, seeing that all the throws are opposed, but it's still a good idea. So let's tackle the block. There's a lot of RTV to get rid of around the sealing surfaces. And there's a lot of dirt on the outside that we should probably get taken care of. So let's get to work. The Ecotec uses a groove in the engine block to seal up against that lower girdle main cap. I've even heard it called the upper oil pan. Either way, in order for the new RTV to stick, we're going to have to get this all cleaned out. So I will work on this. Well, Assistant Bud's going to work on the engine. I'm going to work on cleaning up the girdle block.
the next day.
Okay, well, now I know why they say don't use Purple Power on aluminum. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why Purple Power does not suggest using their product on aluminum. It left this scaly white residue, and apparently Brake Clean won't take it off. So I went and acquired a bunch of mineral spirits. So we're going to have to rewash and possibly polish out all of the aluminum that we have already been soaking, which is pretty much all of it. And the weird part is, look at this stuff. This is what it turned into. It's just, ugh. Well, that's it for today. If you were entertained at all about today's content, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll get the next video working. Looks like we've got a lot of Purple Power stuff to get rid of. So until then, later.